sun is like a natural dopamine. It is natural dopamine. It's a natural stimulant. It tells the brain to get going, and it sets up a whole cascade of hormonal activity, which is linked to everything, including the gut, metabolism, reproduction. Just everything under the sun is linked to, no pun intended, everything under the sun is linked to that early morning sun at sunrise, or as close to sunrise sun as possible.
Hey, Hilda here. I bring you experts' experiences and epic adventures to boost your health. So a few years ago, I was on Playa del Carmen with a good friend, Gina Rieg, and she is the one who introduced me to the idea that the sun could be a nutrient, that it was important for my circadian rhythm to get in touch with nature more and to catch the sunrise and see the sunset. I thought you should check it out. This is Gina Rieg, the Smiley Gut Hacker.
So ever since last summer, Gina has been teaching me about circadian rhythm and the importance of light. Gina, right now we're at Playa del Carmen, and tell me what your habits used to be at the beach and in the summer.
Oh boy, well, I was scared of the sun. I slathered on sunscreen, I covered up as much as I could, and I wore sunglasses, and the typical things that we think we should be doing to have better health in protection of the sun.
Well, you have fair skin. Wasn't that right to do that?
Oh, actually I was so pale. I can never tan, and now I learned that it's because I never allowed the actual sun rays to be received by my skin, and so any bit of sun was actually really harsh. So now I can actually tan really well, and there's no sunscreen involved, and the least clothing as possible, including a tan-through bathing suit, which...
She has convinced me, you guys. I'm totally wearing a tan-through swimsuit because it's not just about tanning or avoiding tan lines. It's really about our health, and that's why I want to get to the circadian rhythm piece. Gina reintroduced me to the sunrise, and I was like, what the heck? Can you tell us a little bit about why that early morning sun is so important?
Yeah, so the early morning sun is like a natural dopamine. It is natural dopamine. It's a natural stimulant. It tells the brain to get going, and it sets up a whole cascade of hormonal activity, which is linked to everything, including the gut, metabolism, reproduction. Just everything under the sun is linked to, no pun intended, everything under the sun is linked to that early morning sun at sunrise, or as close to sunrise sun as possible that you can get in your eyes and on as much skin as possible.
Well, if you guys are like me, this concept is super foreign, and you might be just like dragging yourself out of bed in the morning, grabbing a cup of coffee, having screen rise instead of sunrise, and you're just exhausted, and you think, well, I just stayed up too late or whatever, I guess I'm working too hard. But there's more to it than that, don't you think, Gina?
Yeah, absolutely. Once you start actually having that morning light in your eyes, you realize how much of the polar opposite is affecting your health, your sleep, things like that. And it also actually runs parallel to the nighttime type light as well.
So you get that morning light, you get that dopamine hit, your body knows it's on. You might not need that second cup of coffee in the afternoon. You might feel better, but it's not even just about how you feel. You're actually bringing some healing to the inside of you. You're the Smiley Gut Hacker, so talk to us about how the sun might help our guts as well.
Yeah, well, so interestingly, our gut biome and our gut bacteria have circadian biology as well. So that's linked to the light that we get as that communication down through our brain to the vagus nerve down to the gut and to those microbes. Not just with morning sunrise sun, but also like the UV light, that hitting like your intestinal area and stomach, that's also communication to the gut as well.
Well, this is so fascinating, but you guys might be like, oh my gosh, like I work all day, I really can't see the sun even at sunrise or during the day. What would you suggest would be some nice first steps to try to get some of this beneficial light, Gina?
Yeah, so it's not always going to be an ideal situation. Obviously, we're here in Mexico now, so we're loving the sun and can get it regularly. But what I used to do when I was in Maryland or even in Texas, I would literally just walk out to my street, which is where I found the earliest possible sun in the morning. So I would just kind of stand on the side of the road. I know it sounds crazy, but I was safe. And looked towards the sun and let the sun hit my eyes, let it hit my skin. You know, anywhere from like 5 minutes at a minimal is good. The longest is, you know, obviously better. But just finding wherever you can that has the earliest sun for where you are as a first step.
And then during the day, maybe taking a break outside during your coffee break or lunchtime. You eat meals outside too, don't you?
I do. I do try to eat as much as possible outside, just because that light in conjunction with food is actually, that synergy is really important. There's also another topic about eating food during daylight only, so that's maybe another thing to talk about in the future, but I do try to do that as well. But as far as break times during the day, yeah, because the UV light that's going on right now is equally as important as the morning and evening rays. Actually, they have different benefits and they play different roles. So yeah, a coffee break, or you know, so many people take a smoke break, like we can take sun breaks.
Doesn't that sound restorative? That sounds so good to me. And I just love that I'm learning more about this. So you guys can find Gina at smileyGutHacker.com, right?
Yep.
Smiley like smiley face. And learn more about circadian rhythm and good health. If you're about ancestral living, this is a part of it. It's not just the real whole foods which our ancestors ate to thrive. It's about getting that light, getting our circadian rhythm in sync. So thanks for listening to the Holistic Hilda channel. Thanks for being with us, everybody.
Hey, let me know what you thought of this conversation. Leave a comment below. Click on the notification bell so you can know the next time I upload a video. And subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Hasta pronto!